going on, guys? Welcome back to another Breakfast with Perkins. I'm of course your host, Perkins. It had been brought to my attention, shout out to Anna, she's like, you haven't made a video in so long, what's going on? I was like, you know what, you're right, I haven't made a video in so long. Let me go ahead and make one. So I figured I would go ahead and make one, because why not? Let me adjust, hold on here. That's fucking, what are we doing? That's way too high. What the fuck are we actually doing? There we go. There we are. Perfect. How we doing? You know what? Fuck all the bullshit. I guess let me just go into what has been going on in my life recently. First off, your boy got a new phone. I had a Galaxy S20 Ultra and upgraded to an S25. I wanted to hold off until the S26 Ultra because I figured that'd be a good time to get a new phone. And my phone decided to give me a before I had a chance to do that. So I got an S20. I didn't realize that the S20 Ultra had come out, was it 2020? I figured, yeah, I've had this phone for a few years. I'll get a new one when the next generation comes out. Like 6 years damn near of innovations and stuff like that. To show you how much of a leap just battery life was. A Galaxy S20 Ultra would drain an entire battery within Also, big update, got another cat. This is Chicken. I didn't name him Chicken because that'd just be too, stop, fine, okay, go ahead. I didn't name him Chicken because that'd be a little too on the mark, you know, given my pigmentation. You got a cat named Chicken? He was already named Chicken. I guess he's got a brother or a sibling named Waffles. So he's Chicken. Waffle, I don't know, but that's the biggest update right there. Got a cat. Haven't had a cat in this house in 3 years, and the house has felt since my last cat Pearl passed away, the house has felt kinda dead, kinda, you know, sometimes you need a mascot. By the way, if you hear that jingling and chiming in the background, it's him. He's very light. Pearl was like 20 pounds, that cat's only like 11, 12 pounds, so he's very light, so I keep the bell on him so I can hear him coming and know when he's going and all that stuff like that. But anyway, back to the phone. The S20 Ultra would drain an entire battery. I would give it, with decent usage, I mean, it would need recharged before my 8-hour shift was done. Hey, buddy. Now I can get on my phone. I don't even know where the fuck my phone is. I can get on the phone now. I'll leave the house like at 9:20 for work. Get off at, when I usually get off, when it's like 6 in the morning, it'll still be at like 72%. Like I'm going a day and a half, 2 days without charging this phone, and it's amazing. The camera's a lot better now. It's just, I didn't think there'd be that much improvement over, you know, that few generations, but that's pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy about that. Also, being as I like to kind of tell myself that I guess I'm a gaming channel. Not really, I mean, you guys don't watch me game, but gaming is a huge part of my life and always will be. I did want to talk shortly about the Steam machine. Not like a steam machine, but the Steam machine. Steam, for those who don't know, is I don't know what you would call them. They're a game company. They're owned by Valve, I believe that's correct. Yeah. And Steam would be like I don't know what you could, the marketplace for PC games. And they're releasing I don't know the technical jargon, but they're releasing what they're calling the Steam machine, which is essentially a console powered by Steam, which I think is amazing for many reasons. One, for me personally, I've been wanting to get back into couch gaming because I game right over here. I do my editing over here. I game over here, and then I have my Xbox and stuff over there. But that never gets turned on. I don't ever turn on the Xbox, but I do miss couch gaming. So I was thinking about building a smaller form PC to go over there so I can do that. But I'm just like, the prices of everything are just too insane, this, that, and the other. Whatever. That and the fact that I'm used to it. So this is it's a 13900K and a 4080 Super. So it's a pretty beefy machine. It does what I need to and then some for gaming. But it's built mainly for editing, doing this right here, because this will be done in 4K. So what's going on, buddy? Sorry, I can't not say hi to the cat when he walks by, so. What's going on? Hi. Want to say hi to the camera again? Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. I noticed the mic's on this. Oh, hello. Okay. He doesn't like to be picked up, so he was a feral cat. He was out and about, and we took him in. And he's still not 100%. Before, though, you couldn't even get near his face. Now you can get near him, and he's really good. And he's slowly starting to. He doesn't want to run outside anymore, which is nice. So, but yeah, that Steam Machine I feel like is great. I didn't want to build another PC, but I was on the verge of doing it. But I was like, I need to keep my console because GTA is going to be coming out, so I can't completely replace it. But the fact that they're coming out the Steam Machine, which I guess has AMD parts, I think is amazing. That they're using AMD because they're keeping the cost down, but it's just going to be nice to be able to use. It's great for people that don't want to faff about with building a PC. Essentially, you're buying a pre-built that runs mainly on whatever the Steam UI is and all that stuff. I said it runs on Steam. I don't really know what the fuck that means, but so of my 4 really close guy friends, there's Kevin, Larry, Kyle, and Aaron, and Kevin's the homie in Minnesota, but me and him never really game. Anytime me and him talk, it's always about trance music and stuff like that, but I love that guy to death. The other 3, Aaron, Kyle, and Larry, Aaron and Larry and we all have PCs. I don't game as much as we want to. The fucking cat's on my... For some reason, the cat likes to lay on the... I have a table over there where I build all my model cars, or I'll frame stuff for clients, or I'll do stuff, and he loves laying on it. He's already fucked up. I had a 300ZX over there that had the transmission and engine put into it on the underneath and the interior, and somehow he slept on it and then it came undone. It doesn't matter. But anyway, we've been trying to get Kyle to build a PC, and he's like, hey, no, I don't really feel like building it. I don't want to faff about with that. And I'm like, dude, this would actually be a really great option. You don't have to worry about building a PC. You just get it. It's already done, essentially like a pre-built. But then you're gaming with everyone else. You're gaming with the boys. You're gaming because he wants to play stuff like BeamNG. He wants to play a lot of games that, PC gets that, consoles don't get and stuff like that. And I can't think of a better way to do that. So I think I'm definitely going to get a Steam machine when it comes out. I think that'd be I think they said as early as next year, if I remember correctly. And speaking of BeamNG, I just downloaded BeamNG. Having an absolute blast with that. I've been playing Outer Worlds 2, which Outer Worlds 2 is getting a lot of weird. I don't know. I love that. I don't know. But I mean, really at this point, anything Obsidian or Bethesda does, I'm gonna love. I couldn't care about how buggy it is. I couldn't care about like Starfield. I love Starfield. I think I've done about 5 or 6 playthroughs of Starfield. Love it. But a lot of people didn't like it. Outer Worlds, loved the first one. The second one, I'm having a whale of a time with. I think about 20 hours into that. And then I just installed Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I'm really excited to get into. I hear that the combat is a motherfucker, but I'm excited to learn it, and I like a challenge. Not like a Sekiro or a Elden Ring kind of challenge where it's just a fucking parry simulation, dodge simulation. But yeah, I'm excited for that. But also in the world of F1, things are looking, unfortunately, and I don't want this to happen. Because of McLaren, I would prefer that Oscar Piastri take it. I just like Oscar more. I like his driving style. I just like him better than Lando Norris. However, Oscar having a bit of a rough go with it over the last few weeks. So it looks like Lando's going to take it. I don't want him to take it, but that's what it's looking like. I would obviously prefer Max Verstappen take it because I love that. But then I'm also really excited for next year. I really want to see what Cadillac has going on. And then I don't know, I didn't confirm this or not, but I heard Audi is wanting to join F1 at some point. I don't know. Or F2 or something. I don't know. I heard Audi's wanting to join that Formula grid at some capacity. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, but that'd be kind of cool. It's always cool to see more cars in the grid. I wish they would. I don't want more races, though. I feel like they should cut down on the races. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. A couple less races, couple more teams on the grid, I think would be good. Of course, the selfish side of me, because there's what of this season, there's 2 races left, 3 races. How many races are left? And of course, I want more races because I feel like the more races, the more of a chance Max Verstappen could catch up. However, I think Lando Norris is just, McLaren's in too fast of a car that I don't think Max has that. Now, if Max had been doing what he'd been doing all year, if he'd been doing what he'd been doing after summer break all year, Max would have his 5th world title, hands down. I don't know what happened after summer break, but Red Bull really got a fire under their ass, which is completely fine. I love that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go off the cuff. I was trying to keep my phone down so I don't look at the phone and all that stuff like that. One thing I did want to talk about, though, is I'm seeing obviously a lot of different things on the web, and it seems like a lot of, when it comes to black people, it seems the worst of the worst is what's put to the forefront on social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. It seems like the absolute dregs and just gross side of black people are the ones that are, the EBT people and just ghetto, hood and hood adjacent people. Those seem to be at the forefront. I read through these comments, and a lot of white folk are, I have black, I almost said black obese. That don't make any sense. I have black fatigue, all this stuff like that. And it brings up a thing, though, because I'm black. I'm also half white. But when someone sees me, they don't go, I wonder if they see what they think is a black guy. They don't try to work out the specifics of, I wonder if he's purebred or half-bred. They see a black guy. Now, I'm a black guy. I don't act like the people in these videos. But yet, by them saying black fatigue, I'm automatically roped in this so-called fatigue they have of people that share the same skin tone as me. You don't have black fatigue, because you would never meet me and go, oh, yeah, they're all the same. You would never think that. But what you do have, like I myself have, is hood and hood adjacent fatigue. That's what I think that's where the fatigue is coming, because I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing the hood and hood adjacent go out of their way to get their shit pushed in by cops. I'm sick of seeing the hood and hood adjacent on these carnival cruises and doing all types of dumb shit. I'm sick of seeing the hood and hood adjacent just with a bottle of Henny and $17 in the camera talking about, I'm sick of it. I'm so tired of it. And it's come to a point where, as a black person, I should be defending black people, which, here's a huge thing about black people. Not all, but what I've seen is a lot of black people will defend black behavior just for the simple fact that they are also black. Not really using like a critical thinking of, okay, well, they were in the wrong. That's fucking stupid. That makes us look horrendous. Why the fuck would I defend that? But instead, oh, they're black, I'm black. Let me go defend that really quick. And I'm not, and I've talked about this in like way long ago episodes. I grew up mixed from, I grew up mixed. I did grow up mixed. My dad had passed before I was born. So is my mom raising. My mom, white as it gets. She's as white as it gets. Can't get any whiter than that. Name's Daniel. You hear how I speak. You hear how I talk. You hear how I conduct myself. The things I'm into, the hobbies I have, all this stuff like that. So I guess one can make the argument that, oh, he doesn't know what it's like to be black. He doesn't know what it's like this, and this. And you might be true. You could be right on that. I don't know. And I remembered as a kid, back when I used to believe in religion, I went to an all-black church. And I remember at this church, I wasn't sagging my pants. I wasn't sagging, my shorts that I was wearing. I remember I got talked shit to because I wasn't dressed a certain way. And as a kid, that kind of throws you off. You're like, well, these people are like, they're like me, but they don't accept me as a thing. As a kid, that used to kind of irritate me. As an adult, couldn't give a fuck. I got nothing in common with the hood adjacent people. We share no background. The only thing we share is a common ancestry back to Africa. That is the only thing we share. That's the only thing we can relate on. And so I'm at a point in my life where I don't owe these people anything. I don't owe them an allegiance. I don't owe them there's nothing, and I'm sick of it. I've been called Uncle Tom, I've been called Coon, I've been called all this stuff, and I'm seeing it from a lot of other black people who are just sick of the niggardry, if you will, and they're getting called Coon, Uncle Tom, all this type of shit. And it's crazy to me that if you're black and you don't co-sign other black things, that makes you a sellout, that makes you, and I don't get that. And that's the only culture I feel like that has that. Where you can, if you call out certain things within the culture, then that means you hate the culture. I love black culture. Black history is rich, it's vibrant, it's awesome, there's a lot of cool things. But of the black culture, you have a subculture, and within that subculture is hood and hood adjacent. Just like you have white folks, you got white people. But in that subculture of white people, you have like the rednecks, the inbred fucks, you got that. But the inbred fucks and hillbillies aren't indicative of all this up here. That's just a little thing. Now, yeah, 13% of the people, and you know, they do I'm aware of all the per capita arguments and all that. I'm aware of that. But if there's one thing that I can ask, and it doesn't really matter because I don't know. I've been told by a couple people, I don't know why you try so hard to separate yourself from white. First off, I don't try to separate myself from black people. The things I'm into are the things I'm into. The things I like are the things I like and was brought up around. I don't try to separate myself from anyone. I don't go out of my way to do anything. What I like is what I like. If that ain't you, then that's not your bag. But I've heard people say, oh, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're still lumped in with us. Okay, that's cool. That's great. I'll take that. That's fine. What I would ask, though, is the dominant society is do not paint all black people with the same brush. Now, I know that's tough when your algorithm is directly feeding you the dregs of black society and the, I nigga, we finna, you know, I get that. I understand that. And I understand not every black person is like me, you know? But I can say, like, my sister, my brother, we all act the same way. You know, we're just trying to survive and trying to live and try to make the most of life that we can, you know. And it seems like, and I'm aware that not everyone, everything in life is brought down by, I'm sweating like fucking crazy over here. Everything in life is brought down by very vocal minorities. It's what it seems like. So you have a very, very vocal minority of black people that make the rest of us look bad. You have a very, very vocal minority of white folks that make it seem like all white folks are racist. You have a very vocal minority of Mexicans that make it seem like all Mexicans are just these rapists, murderers, and killers and all this stuff like that. When in reality, it's a very small amount that people either willingly or unknowingly or spitefully or whatever it is, take and then blow it up and make it huge. I'm aware that these small subcultures and groups of people are not indicative of groups as a whole. But I would say don't paint all people with the same brush. I know that that's how the algorithms and stuff are designed to make it look like, you know, certain people are fucking crazy. It's just because I have the fatigue too. I'm just over it. It's disgusting. People will send me. Now, I do find this interesting. Hold on. Let me, hold on. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm sweating. It is very hot in here because it's now fucking near wintertime in Iowa. So the heat is going. This light is just doing work in my face right now. I'm wearing long sleeves like a fucking psychopath. But that's neither here nor there. What the fuck was I talking about? An interesting thing is I have white friends that will send me hood shit, thinking I find it funny. And to them, it is funny. I don't find any of it funny. I find it sad. There's a lot of shit that I see hood people doing. And I'm like, this isn't funny to me. It's fucking sad. It's disgusting. It's unbecoming. It's doing nothing for us as a group of people, as a culture, it's just not good. It's very unbecoming. I don't have much else to say on the subject, but that's just one thing I wanted to get off my chest. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna land the plane there. I'm dying. I don't know why I'm sweating so bad right now. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm gonna land the plane there. I'm gonna talk to you guys next week. Peace.